Hey guys, it's Marshall Tingle with your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside Report for this past week, the week of July 5th through the 11th. So another busy week here across the state of Kentucky in your auction barns and markets. 14,280 head of cattle marketed statewide. Now, if we compare it to this time last week, there really is no comparison, but on a year-to-year basis, we're back about 2,000 head from what we were this time last year. Now, let's talk about this feeder cattle market. We've seen some volatility in it, guys. We started off the market in the week really strong, like gangbusters. And then by Thursday, a little bit before lunchtime, they took some big-time dollars off the board, and it's really reflected into your cash prices, and it's reflecting right now as we speak in the current week that we're in. But nonetheless, these things are still trading extremely well, but you'll see on these loads especially, there is some big-time variation, some big-time price jumps both on these loads and your CME feeder cattle index, and that just kind of had to correlate with that board drop. Now, let's talk about these. Your top zone 3-weight steer, 610. 4-weight steers, Cullis 530 as an average there. They topped off at 572.5. Your 5-weight steers, 480 as an average. They topped off at 544. Your 6-weight steers, they're still holding at about 4.25 as an average there, but they topped off at 472.5. But let's talk about these loads and bunches. Let's get started on some Holsteins before we forget about them. Here's 52 head of Holstein steers, weighed 933 on the average, 283.50, and then the big brothers right off of them, 55 head of them, 949 on the average, 282.75. But let's talk about these, your 8-weight steers, guys. Like I said, big variation the first half of the week to the second half of the week. Here's 68 head of mixed steers, 802 on the average, 370 on the dollar. Now, let's compare that. That was a second half of the week load there. Let's talk about a first half of the week load. Here's 65 head of these steers. These are all black steers. So that's a little bit of a variation in them, guys. 830 on the average, 384. But that is a huge price jump from the first half of the week to the second half of the week. Now, here's 56 head of black steers, weighed 840 on the average at 378.25. So really still a really good trade there. Now, here's 58 head of blacks and just a little bit of Charolais cross in them. 861 on the average at 368 on the dollar there. Now, here's another set of them. Here's 60 head of black and just a little bit of Charolais cross and color to them again. 865 at 351.50. So again, you can see there are some big time price jumps on the same type and kind of cattle, guys, just in a few days time period. Now here's a big string. Here's 179 head of these all black steers, weighed 870 on the average at 360.50. And then close off on your heavies. Here's 63 of these blacks and Charolais cross steers, 883 at 354.30. So like I said, as you can see, there really is a big difference on how the time of the week fell and how these loads traded. Now let's talk about your CME feeder cattle index. Saw some big jumps here, guys, and it kind of peaked and valleyed as we went through the week. So Monday the 6th, we started off strong, 373.19. Big drop on Tuesday the 7th, 370.75. By Wednesday the 8th, 374.45, so another jump up. The balance of the week, we dropped back down. Thursday the 9th, 370.42, and Friday the 10th, 370.32. So that's what's going on in your cash market, guys. That's what's going on in your CME feeder cattle index. If you've got any questions about any of this information or you're interested in investing in